Was all right. I'll pipe for this. Coach, first half obviously was not what you would have wanted, but what changed for the second half and kind of flipped the switch there?
I'll always say it's our first game. So I think nerves were there a little bit. I think also almost playing like too fast, like gambling a little bit, like just being out of like our comfort zone and what we do, right? And I think we tried to go a lot one on one, just forced a little bit because they were so excited to do well. I don't think it was nothing in the first half was from lack of effort. It was just almost overdoing it. So I think once they calmed down, once they settled into the fact that they're a good team, they can move the ball, nobody has to just play one on one. We got to keep attacking the boards, we got to keep talking on defense. I thought the second half was just really who we are and who we want to be.
Coach, kind of a simplistic question, but just the significance of winning the opener. What does that do for your week of practice to get you?
I think you have to win your opener if you're here at home. I think a lot of good teams right now might be playing neutral sites, but when you have a home opener, you have to make sure you put your foot on the gas and you don't let up. And I think that they did a nice job once we started to get on a roll. I think early on we just had to find our groove.
You guys had like 29 points off of turnovers. What did you see in the press? Did it change throughout the game?
Yeah, and the great thing about that press is we've worked on it like for 5 minutes. Like we really hadn't worked on it leading up to this game. But I do think, and I'll say it all the time, defense is so much heart and grit, and especially pressing. And I loved the way we came out and pressed. I thought it looked very intense, and that's what you need. And I thought the rotations, even if they weren't perfect, everybody was out hustling any mistakes that we were making. And I think that set the tone to let them have some confidence in knowing, hey, we could be a pressing team when we want to be.
Kennedy, tactical question. Just the continuity of this team, 5 returning starters, 10 letter winners from last year. Did that show up in the second half, that continuity, and playing all together?
I think it did. Like Coach said, first half, after our first game, jitters. Once we got into the locker room, reminded ourselves of who we are, how hard we worked. I think we came out and showed it in the second half.
Tiana, I know as Coach was talking about the press and it was asked, noticed first half there was a lot of trapping too, especially at the half court line for you. Getting up and playing that aggressive defense, what do you look for in those situations, and what are you trying to do to generate that intensity?
Honestly, just looking to get them in those corners, like you said, like right over half court. That's a trapping area, and then just keeping them there. And I think we forced them into a lot of 10-second half court violation calls. So I thought it was really good, really intense.
And Kennedy, kind of as a follow-up, when you're playing in the back and you see that developing up front, what's that do for you? What are you looking for, when you're closer to the basket and playing on the back end?
Just making sure nobody gets behind me and cheering my teammates on at the top.
Active participant.
Yes.
Any more questions?
I guess just one is just for the players too. Getting that first win out of the way. How's that feel for today?
I think it feels great. Going into this week, we got another game coming up, so I think it's gonna roll over into everything that we do. So it's good feeling.